US arguably the greatest country on earth right now. Still, even though say China for emerge as a superpower, India emerge, Russia, they are doing something. But still, US still take the credit of being the greatest country alive right now. Now, with this greatest country comes a very confusing government system. If you are seeing US government system, and they are very confusing. Very confusing. To the extent say people have been around for so many years, but they still don't understand how it works. They still understand how the system works. Very confusing. Ade Baba explaining say why dream da hopa na say when you wadwen say obetiasia. It is very difficult for you to understand. But I'm try my best explaining. You understand why the forefathers set the system that way. You appreciate, and also sometimes you see the drawbacks, the advantage and disadvantages when I'm making. But at the end of this video, you understand and have a very nice idea about how the US actually works. And normally be a very complicated US war. Very complicated. And not people be like to say Trump, they want a governance where the president can have some power or unrestricted, especially when the person wants to do something good. Now I'm for the chambers being so blocking. Trump on pesa obenyananka or also system which say the Chinese system, I say the Russian system. What I say. So I'm going to explain to you. You are going to understand, and you are going to see the advantage and disadvantages. First of all, the how US was born. US first name US. What I say? US is actually a colony, and British for no control. Into Britain for US for slave, not slave, colonial masters. They are colonial masters. Na omudi omoso. Na tamnenye United States of America. Na obia dine hoso. Most of the states need omoso. Na Britain for no control 13 colonies. 13 colonies, and 13 colonies, they are all states now. Now the US have 50 states. At the time I know most actually they were just 13 colonies. And almost states, and almost forming the United States of America. The entire motive say Britain for nipa kakra ya colonize US nyina. Na the tax be to US for so na US for them pesa de no. Enti people like Washington money and nyina be form a resistance movement. Say be kwantia British for because of how able with tax near them. So omo fast adwen ana colonies 13 years say this omo kabo man say omo fight the British power, because that Britain na a very great superpower. And to answer na fighting, you need to be what? Be united. Into united 13 colonies united. And omo de no go from say agreement we memorandum of understanding we no mo nyina say omo be kabum no fight the oppressors rule. To the extent say people make statement like give me freedom or give me death. To the extent say, and I don't know, so crucial to the extent say now they either want to die or want freedom. And Tennessee US is the land of the bold, because these people determine say either some more freedom and also become more free. With that kind of mindset, there is no way you are going to lose. Into resistance, no a pile up on those kind of things, and to come basis senior. And Britain for finally give you up say okay say omo rule omo bi omo abeti my day afa mo when your independence I don't be so bia. So then and finally fathers in the back kaboom and omo bring the idea say they should unite. That is why we call it the United States of America. They should unite and become one powerful state so that they can have global power to be able to trade, to be able to have military power and send a bear protect you more. So that was the idea. Now, how about the 50 states? 50 states because sometimes no or other states na or na ebi wo more ebi some population be 60,000 plus who meet the requirement. So that no they can say oh brother join willingly, and I say udi agora or me fa some kwan bi so ato oh baby I want to tell you me talk comedy on, and I say udi agora a persuasion by agreement by force. Udi agora the force ebe annexed. So some of the places were annexed and some of them too, they agreed to join. They say baby to say Texas say because of na ntokwane na there war money may contempt no. Omo decided some joining the United States of America. Baby to say Hawaii and no omo to be free Russia ho ebi won so mo anese ntino all those things and a mass state ni na be de ebe 50 states. Some they agreed to join, some they were forced, some it was persuasion. What I say. So that is how they got the 50 states. So when you have 50 states, they realize say, state be to say California, a very big state, Texas, a very big state. Your state be to say Wyoming, Iowa, all these states, no, only small states, only carry big population. Yeah, what I say. So just so that they can also feel say they are part of the United States, why don't we create a system that favor Obia? Emma Obia too much power. No, they're going to get the power right. The big states are going to get the power right, but it shouldn't be so much to the extent that the contribution of the smaller states is insignificant. They didn't want to do that. Say we are smaller states and they be insignificant to the extent say even if they are not part of decision-making company, the US is still running. They didn't want it to be like that because it will feel say they are not part of the United States. What I say. So they created system bia ebeboa. What I say. Ebeboa. Now, I'm our example. You find say bia Ghana, your baby to say Ashanti region, very populous region or Ghana. Baby to say Greater Accra. Baby to say Eastern region. So this northern region, so these places, say be a candidate because ABA or no or MPP, no are appealing to ABA 3 of the most populous nations, states, regions I Ghana ha. Then it means say the country has officially become one party state where one party can rule. What do I say? Because we are appealing to the large region. I'm other regions to say who they are not significant. What they say? They are not significant because say three regions are more maybe more than half of the country say on beto Abama, not the 3 northern regions, the Ashanti region and Greater Accra on beto Abama. What do you need the other regions for? So they didn't want it to be like that. That is why they created a system that will share and balance things. California for population of 40 million. Ebia Wyoming for a population of let's say 5 million. As you see, they don't want it to be like say insignificant. Very simple thing. They didn't want them to feel say they are very insignificant, so they created this system. And the influence how are US for a toaba. So let me discuss with you how the US for toaba. Then you will see say it is not like the way we go and vote. It is different from how we go and vote. Very different. What bit is Ghana? Drew election time December. You never cast your vote. If we are kind popular vote, because a normal citizen vote. You can't now be idea soon sin be you can't boom near consensus near Casabia. Oh, in Nipania Cotuabano, MPP before we need 51%, and if we are Abia 48%. Other percentage, a chairman smaller parties, yes, MPP, a winning, and I say BSC, NDC 4, Munamina 51, Abia Monsuma winning. A very simple thing, be a baby. But with the US voting system, it is not like that. It has 2 main steps that you take. I say verification, just Google verification. What I say, you log in with your password, Google send a code, you enter that code. Then you get access. So this is how it works. You can say normal people not call time now some custom vote. Or custom vote no be a coffee. And you want to select president no. Then when ever say out to Obama Donald Trump, it means a Republican for winning. Otoma e be a Democrat for winning. And Democrat for a winning. What I say? I quite say. Ebia MPP ni NDC ukotoma about me we to my pa say baby a mama wini no mama NDC for wini baby a ba me wini no MPP for wini enti saa ba bia omu nyina wini no ye onkofo bi we from electors omu na be form the electoral college no every region bia e ma se bia Ghana ha every region bia e wo 2 senate ma se bia 2 MPs these MPs no omu ene kwa koto aba omu ye part of the electoral college no omu so be kan onkofo beto aba no and to those together with onkofo bi omu form part of the form electors omu form part of the electoral college no some say be MPP win here no what I say very confusing but some say MPP win here no MPP for onkofo 20 bia omu ne ba koto aba ma president no amede president no Ediama se Ashanti Virginia nipa 5 million akoto aba. Omo to ye no NDC fo na wini ye. Enti NDC fo wini ye no NDC fo electors no. Omo nko a nipa bia be 20 ene wo akwanya so mutim koto aba ma president. Edi president. Sounds ye wo e bia da smaller region bia enye big as e bia Ashanti region. Omo population of e bia 1 million people. What I say? Enti omo so koto aba no e bia MPP na wini wo voter region. In the MPP winning of voter region, no, then what they will have to do is say, elect MPP for electors, no, winning to almost like a president. On Ashanti region, our population will be 5 million. ABO, I'm just using an example. ABA, a voter region, our population of ABA 1 million, and the difference near 4 million. But because of the arrangement that the founding fathers in the year, you know. Ebia Ashanti will debate many 15 electors, including Ebia their senators, no more 15. Senator 2 senators, Ebia more 15. Na Ebia yama Ebia baby to say voter region, so yama more Ebia 6 electors, including their senates. Until we was 6, Ebia we 15. Oti free ma say 9 pay. That means now only 9 human beings. And the difference between them instead of that large population of people no akoto just biana omatima choose on president no now nipa we difference here 9 pe enti ebasa na smaller regions no betima ke carbon omunya betima ke carbon omunya betima ke carbon no mo ke carbon ma no ma bedane the swing states that means say omo ni one side most of the times the best swing states and only one side. O can I tell my come so then they vote for you. And that is what gives them power. And now quite say okay, also a large population be California ko. Or large population be a crack ko. But my population boy we are mobile be 50-50 no. Now it is the smaller state and about changing the election. The real impact on the election. Across Ghana, Ashanti region, voter region, all the region, not Ashanti region, northern region, Omunina, what I say, Obia or maybe or too far. But I know a places be like to say Accra, the swing states now making impact. But the all the real influence. Me say what they make us here? What the real influence. The real influence. It is uncle in from the Electoral College. It almost so called no matter to a banana candidate. It must be able to sue me if MPP in the Electoral College, you know, everyone say be Ashanti region or Mukarama to a banana ama baumia. Send this for the winnie of voter region. Also, Karama to a mama. But there are some cases, sir. MPP for Electoral College for the winnie. Is there some Kakotuabano? No Makotuaba NDC. And rare, but sometimes it happens. And no, and President Trump, Eddie Winnie, the first term, no. 2016, and no, the Winnie Abano. Olusu popular vote. And to lose popular vote, no, automatically he was supposed to win the Olusu popular vote. Like normal people no go to Abano, normal to Abano, ama, or only Winnie. And automatically, let's go lose the election. Automatically, let's go lose the election. Not knowing, say, the Electoral College now, because come to Obama, a winning, no. Clinton winning, no. Or man go to Obama, no. ana binso ko toba bisa ko toma Trump. And even so olusu popular vote no. Ano ko win electoral college. And on the fire election. On that say wiki. Momu ni panya mtu ko to banama wan kan jamana winning. But it depends on the electoral college and a elect president no. Omo na what the final see. The reason is that they want to give power to the smaller state. They want to give power to the smaller state. That's the only reason. And there are other many reasons. That's not the only reason, but these are some of the reasons, the major reasons. So you see how nice it is. Nobody feels left out. No state is irrelevant. Everybody participate. In the elections, no question, or more focus on swing states, because those are the places that are making the real influence. This system, country bit ma fit this system. Baby to say Nigeria. Or bit ma fit this system because they all have federal states. Russia needs our system no. China needs our system no. Thank you for watching this video. God bless you.